After the way that everything shook out on Nar Shaddaa, Xaz Sleemo thought it was the least he could do to actually fly the samples, the DNA samples, to Coruscant and ensure that the species doesn't go extinct. So, let's see how this goes. Hopefully it's a quick pit stop and then on with the mission.
This time I'm not asking, I'm telling. I need to get to the old galactic market.
Sir, I don't make the rules. If there's a travel advisory to that sector, I have to follow it.
I carry a stun baton for protection. Now are we leaving or not?
As soon as you sign this waiver, sir.
Yeah. Calm down, bro. Be nice to your Uber driver. Whoa. I've been here several times with several different classes, but it's still so impressive. Just the scale of the Senate building. You must be Daruda.
Homie Andrel sent me. Said you could use these genetic samples to repopulate the Shanjaru.
What? Let me see them. These samples are amazingly detailed. I don't know who you are, but you've saved an entire species from extinction.
Seemed like the right thing to do.
You've kept a beautiful creature from vanishing forever.
What?
I'll start
I
working
don't know
on
about
these
beautiful.
samples immediately. Thank you for delivering them.
You're welcome. You know, I gotta say, your outfit is pretty, imperial. Just saying. What do you think, Bodar? She a spy? Yeah. Not that we really care. We're smugglers out here on the fringe. Alright. Now that I got my one good deed for the day out of my system, let's go do some scoundrel stuff. Onwards to Alderaan. The treasure hunt goes on. And I'm sure we'll be dealing with Skavik again soon. I would have liked to see that, honestly.
Would have saved me a bundle.
Small man. It's the way it should be.
Well, enjoy your freedom. I saved you the big bunk.
Really happy to have Bodar on the crew. I mean, the whole point of the Smuggler class is to play out your Han Solo fantasy, so of course they give you a Wookiee pal, like, pretty early on. Look at us. I'm like Green Solo and Bo Baka. That's tough. Well, if it was a planet that we could go to in the game, I'd take you there, buddy, but they never added it.
You tell me what a Wookiee might want to buy. I could arrange a run there.
That's sad. Fuck yeah. Were they Trandoshans?
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. 100 years. And we're off. In search of Nokdrayan's fortune. Maybe Alderaan will have the next piece of the puzzle.
Alderaan certainly is the prettiest world on our itinerary. Don't let all that breathtaking scenery fool you, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most dangerous planet of the core worlds. The nobles here could teach the Sith a few things about backstabbing and assassination.
Backstabbers and assassins? I'll fit right in.
Up to a point. The nobles won't let you forget that you're beneath them. Every so often, the noble families spill their bloodlines fighting for the throne. The current succession war is the bloodiest on record.
Yikes.
Since the Empire arrived to put its own puppet in charge, there's no telling who will come out on top.
Local politics put me to sleep. What's our business here?
Your first delivery is a piece of glaze cake. All you have to do is escort that antique power droid to House Organa's castle. Since House Organa runs this spaceport and their castle is right around the corner, dropping off the droid should be a quick run.
Antique power droid. We talking gonk?
The droid's my first delivery. What's the second?
One deal at a time, Captain. Let's focus on dumping that bucket of bolts. The droid belongs to a couple of young nobles, Tehran and his sister Sidonia. Decent people, all things considered.
Got it. I better get moving.
All right. Man, it is impressive, though, every time I see it. The gleaming cities of Alderaan. Alright, let's get this bucket of bolts delivered. Even in the richest, most, like, opulent, gleaming places in the galaxy, there's still going to be some poor bastard scrubbing the floor. See, what I don't get is why do you have some poor guy scrubbing the floor when droids are available? Like, it makes it so much more insulting.
You made a deal with a woman named Risha for this droid. I'm here to collect.
Welcome home, you ugly little thing. I mean the droid, of course.
I think he's kind of cute.
Time for your juvenile jokes. We should properly introduce ourselves. I am Lady Sidonia Tehran, Herald of the Gold Aurora.
And
Gold
I'm her brother,
Aurora.
Lord Len Tehran, Warden of the Eternal Flame.
Eternal Flame.
Please call me Len.
You guys have some pretty fancy names.
If I didn't know any better, I might be impressed by your chatter.
We may have overdone it with the formalities, dear sister.
Fucking
My brother
Alderaan.
and I are all that remains of House Tehran's noble bloodline.
One of Alderaan's more reprehensible pedigrees, House Bayless, slaughtered our family and seized all our holdings.
If that happened to me, I'd be raising an army.
He's just leaning on the gonk droid.
When you're having two credits to rub together.
This droid holds new hope for us, literally. Centuries ago, our ancestors hid something inside it for safekeeping.
Nice.
Pirates absconded with the unfashionable machine generations ago. Tracking it down has consumed our family since before we were born.
What that droid contains will rebuild House Tehran. But we need instructions to safely open the hidden compartment. It's rigged to explode, you see.
The instructions are at our
And I've been
family's
leaning on it
estate,
this whole time.
now occupied by House Bayless's forces. Without those instructions, we can't pay you.
Are you looking to hire me?
You're obviously talented at acquiring things.
The instructions we need are in a datapad of Tehran family history at our estate's library. If you retrieve that datapad, we'll add a substantial bonus to your payment.
Well, I do like the
And
sound of
there are
that.
some additional family heirlooms we'll pay you handsomely to recover while you're there.
What am I looking for, exactly?
They'll be the valuable-looking things surrounded by guards.
Smart ass.
It's time for your meeting with House Organa. Don't keep their counselors waiting this time.
You just want this handsome stranger to yourself. Next time, dear sister, you get to beg our hosts for their table scraps.
I should head out too.
Another time, then. Goodbye for now.
Yeah. Let's get out of here, Bodar. Let's go steal the datapad. God, the air must be so crisp and clean up here. Xaz Sleemo breathes in as much of it as he can after the stale, spaceship air on board the XS freighter. It's got to get real cramped in there and just like musky smelling. Like that stale airplane air kind of thing, Not here. My God, it must be so nice. All these trees, all the snow. Ooh, a Thranta. I want to fly one of those. I almost feel embarrassed flying this old junker speeder around. Like when you pull up to a really rich neighborhood in a shitty Mitsubishi. Okay, and there are guards. How do we approach this one, Bo? You know, I think we should send you in there so you can try out the fancy new axe I gotcha. Let's see what it does, huh? Alright, here we go. Is this one of the artifacts? Nice. That was a very Han Solo thing to do. Combat roll, but right over to the loot. Good job, Xaz. Okay, the commander. And that's going to be the data pad right there on the desk. Let's go. Damn, Bodar's just going ham over there. Look at him go. Well done.
Rumors are filling the hollow frequencies of a daring robbery at our old estate. You've set a lot of tongues wagging.
Well, thank you.
House Bayless is missing a datapad from their new library.
I let my dear sister have the honors. Never could decipher that blasted thing.
It's a simple code, woven through the genealogical entries. You just have to assemble the letters correctly, Len.
I can't wait to see what's inside.
I hope it isn't a huge explosion. That would be anticlimactic.
According to
Which is
this,
ironic,
we
really.
must pry open the droid's ventral servomotor housing and disable its lateral conduits. The hollow chip is hidden within a false power storage unit, behind a detonite charge, entering the disarm code.
And boom.
I've got it! After all these centuries, we finally have our proof.
Let's see it.
The information on this holochip proves House Tehran is owed a considerable number of credits. When the other families hear of this, we will reclaim our status among the nobility.
Wait, so it's just an IOU?
I guess congratulations are in order.
Please, there's no need. We're just happy to be rich.
Then take this data and have it authenticated by the Royal Council. I'll see to our benefactor's payment.
I'm sure you will, dear sister.
I suppose you'll be leaving soon. You don't seem like a man who stays in one place for long.
I always have time for a gorgeous lady.
There's a charming crudeness to your romantic gestures I can't help admiring. One advantage to being an honored guest at House Organa is access to their finest food and drink. I can arrange a special meal for the two of us. We'll eat and talk about your adventures.
I'm almost scared to ask.
What happens when I run out of stories?
Why don't we start a conversation and see where things lead? Follow me to the
Oh
parlor.
my.
We'll pour ourselves a drink while we wait for the food. Aren't you glad you decided to stay?
I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep following it, see how far it goes.
Why don't you leave all this behind, Sidonia?
That's more tempting than you know. But my place is here. I owe it to my family's legacy. I promised myself a long time ago I would live my life without any regrets. Thank you for letting me keep that promise.
Any other promises I can help you keep?
Thank you, but no. This data pad
Shut
contains
down.
your payment for delivering the droid. It's the schematic for a powerful anti-radiation shield invented by House Tehran. The shield will protect your starship from lethal cosmic rays. You should give the datapad to your business partner, Risha.
She's more than just my business partner, you know.
Was it absolutely necessary to tell me that? I
No.
also have your reward for recovering our
Why did you say that,
family's
Xaz?
I'm especially grateful for those. You risked your life for House Tehran, and we'll never forget that. Farewell.
Oh my lord. Well, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Well, thank you for you know, the drinks and the good time. It's been weird kicking it. I'm out of here. Why did you do that and then tell her that Risha's your girlfriend? Come on, man. Let's get back to the ship. Oh, and there's Risha out of the ship.
You got House Tehran's schematic. Perfect. That wasn't too bad, was it?
That Sidonia was really something.
Is she your type, Captain? Interesting. She always seemed a little cold-hearted to me. Your next delivery is to take that head in the jar to a sniveling little stuffed shirt named Pima Ahaf. Pima is at House Alda's estate. You'll have to sneak through some tough battle zones to get there.
Why does some noble need a head in a jar?
Seriously.
It's a history thing. If you're that interested, ask Pima. His lectures are thrilling.
I'm not sure that I
Can't wait to
will.
ditch that creepy head. I swear its eyes follow me around the cargo hold.
This is one delivery I recommend keeping covered. Let's not upset the locals any more than we need to. Good luck, Captain.
All right. Come on, Bodar, let's go. Gonk droid successfully delivered. Now it's on for the creepy head. Hi-ho, to House Ald we go, to deliver them a creepy head. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho. Alright, so it's clearly the severed head of someone important to history on Alderaan. And I'm guessing it's someone connected to KOTOR, just because this is SWTOR, and if we're getting a reference, that's likely what it is. So I'm excited to learn more about whose head this is. We've heard no names, it just keeps getting called the Severed Head. I don't think Risha even knows who it is. I live in the Pacific Northwest, and I love it, and I feel like I would really enjoy living on Alderaan, just climate-wise. Some of the Star Wars planets I'd love to visit, but they seem a little too hot for me, a little too intense, this or that. But Alderaan seems perfect. Now, if only it had a little bit of rain, like a rainy area. I'd be pretty comfortable on Drummond Cost, too, actually. Probably would not work at a bar, though. Not with the Sith parties. Hello there.
Hey, what's new?
I'm totally allowed to be here. Don't mind me. Just making a delivery. Pima, there you are, my boy. Let's see it. Whoa, look at that head.
Guided tours of House Alda's Royal Museum are closed until further notice.
Look at your
I'm
desk,
not
idiot.
Against off-world visitors, but please leave, or I'll be forced to call security.
You want this head in a jar or not?
I most certainly do not. Get that disgusting thing out of my sight. I mean, really, what sort of buffoon brings a counterfeit head and expects payment?
Counterfeit?
House Alda has already obtained the head of Darth Bandon, thank you very much.
Darth Bandon,
Genetically
okay.
authenticated by one of my conservators yesterday.
You're being a fool.
How dare you? House Alda does not make mistakes. Cadrith? Cadrith, come here.
Yes, noble curator. How may I serve your impeccable rectitude?
Where is Neva? I want her to run the genetic authenticator on this head and prove it's a fake.
Fine by me. If you can
Haven't
prove it's a
seen
fake,
her
I'll go get the
since
real
she
one.
authenticated the other head yesterday, Noble Curator. I sent a message to her holo, but she never replied.
I smell a womp rat.
This estate is vermin-free, I assure you.
Cadrith, perform a genetic authentication on this head at once. Compare the results to the head we received yesterday.
I beg your patience, Noble Curator. This process will take some time.
That's hilarious. It's the head of Darth Bandon, of all people.
I'm afraid we have a slight problem. This head is a 100% genetic match for the Sith Lord Darth Bandon.
I told you it was real.
I retested the head Neva verified yesterday, and it does not appear anywhere in the genetic authenticator's database.
Somebody owes me an apology.
And someone owes me an explanation.
So you gotta find this authenticator, who you've already paid, presumably.
Skavik, this is Noble Curator
Skavik?
Ahaf
Ah!
I demand that you return the Arcanian hyperdrive at once. The head you bought it with is a counterfeit.
Well.
I have a strict no refunds policy. Hey, Captain. You're a little late to the party.
I should have known you were behind this, Skavik.
Seriously.
I promised you'd regret crossing me. Hope you don't mind, Beamy, but Neva's taking an early retirement. She's too gorgeous for life in a museum.
What? You menace! You corrupted that girl!
Wasn't that hard, trust me. Whoa, easy there, Scruffy. I see your taste in friends hasn't improved, Captain.
I think you should get to know Bodar better.
Yeah,
No
same.
thanks. I wouldn't want to catch any fleas.
Oh, dude, that's
Wish I
fucked
had a
up.
hollow of
Can't say
your face
that.
right now, Captain. That expression is just priceless. Have fun eating my vapor trails.
This is
Ah,
unthinkable.
we're gonna get him.
Skavik has committed a grievous affront to House Alda.
You people are a whole new level of hopeless.
Now really, this is no time for insults. Skavik received the Arcanian hyperdrive at the spaceport yesterday. If he's still there, he must not have finished installing it. Skavik cannot leave Alderaan without a functioning hyperdrive. Hurry, catch him before he escapes.
Should I take this head with me? Oh, man. Alright. Let's go. This is turning into a bit of a wild goose chase. I should have known Skavik was behind this. Alright, and we're off. Hijacked a speeder, racing to the spaceport. Xaz Sleemo puts up with a lot of stuff across the galaxy during his adventures, but he does not like getting double-crossed. The fact that Skavik has done it so many times and still has gotten away with it, we're going to make him pay. And as I tear across the plains of Alderaan, Darth Bandon's head is like jiggling around in the bag, in one of the saddlebags on the side. Alright. We've made it to the spaceport. There he is. Don't wave at me, you jerk. Ah! God damn it. There's mercs everywhere. Come on, Bo, let's get him. This elite mercenary just straight up looks like Darth Maul right now. Ah, fire! hang a door control. Let's go, let's go. No, 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 no. Are you fucking kidding me? Damn it. What? It's a trap!
You didn't waste any time, did you, Captain? Bet you ran quicker than a Varactyl on hot sand. Not that it mattered.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry I can't be there in person, but my sweet little Neva is very sensitive to violence. Don't worry, though. My friends here will show you a good time.
Just give me the hyperdrive and I won't kill you.
You've developed a real talent for comedy. It's a shame the rest of the galaxy will never know. Captain, say hello to Sergeant
This fucking
Katarn
guy,
and his
man.
men. They were working freelance for the houses, but now they work for me. The Sergeant has graciously accepted my contract, on very short notice, I might add, to vaporize you.
How much to leave me in one piece?
Sorry, we only take one contract at a time.
Once
Damn.
you're buried, I'll pay my respects to Risha and collect what's mine. Goodbye, Captain.
Hit it, men!
And Skavik's just gonna watch this go down? Activate the hollow terminal.
You're either the luckiest shot in the galaxy or those were some seriously unlucky mercenaries.
A little bit of both.
Guess I'll erase this hollow recording.
At least send me a copy of that holo first.
What? For your scrapbook? Look, I hate to cut things short, but I got a swanky new hyperdrive to install. Love that Arcanian tech. You take good care of the rest of my stuff, Captain. I'll be coming for it soon.
Just found out what's happening. Sorry I'm late. The good news is, I tracked Skavik's ship to House Thul's spaceport.
He's
Must
still
have
on
found him
planet?
and Finish installing that hyperdrive. There's still time to get him.
I'll fly us to that other spaceport in no time.
Throttle down, Captain. It's not that simple.
It never
The
is.
Empire controls House Thul. Skavik has landing clearance from the Imperials, but you'll have to sneak in on foot. Luckily, someone here owes me a big favor. I've arranged a meeting to sneak you inside that spaceport and get the hyperdrive.
Can I trust this mysterious someone?
He wouldn't dare cross me. Long story. My contact is at these coordinates. Oh, and there may be a way we can profit from this whole debacle. House Alda still wants the head. That pompous gasbag Pima Ahuf will probably pay anything to get it.
My ship's cockpit needs decorating. I could hang the head there.
Got a couple of matching throw pillows. Could be nice.
Yeah, it's a whole
Good luck,
vibe.
Captain. I'll be waiting.
Let's do it.
Hello again, Captain. I understand Skavik has escaped.
Yep.
I was, truly sorry to hear that.
I still have your head. Got anything useful to trade for it?
We got off on the wrong foot, didn't we? I apologize if I was rude before. You must understand, the head of Darth Bandon is a priceless artifact. He was the Sith Lord who murdered one of Alderaan's noblest sons. Centuries ago, Trask Ulgo bravely sacrificed himself in combat with Darth Bandon.
That's right.
Trask's martyrdom saved the Galactic Republic.
What keeps the head fresh looking after all these years?
When Darth Bandon ultimately fell in battle, Sith acolytes preserved and enshrined his head. Despicable people. Alderaan's current king is of the Ulgo family bloodline, and he reveres his ancestor Trask. The remains of Trask's murderer will be the perfect peace offering to our king. House Alda must have your head, so to speak.
This head is gonna cost you a lot.
I was afraid you'd say that.
This is Alderaan, man.
The
Everything
payment
costs a
in
lot here.
credits I give you for the head now will have to come from my own funds. I'm not a wealthy man. Please, I beg you, for the love of peace and posterity, please accept my offer of what little I possess.
I'll take that and your nicest museum piece.
That would violate every tenet of the noble curator's code. If anyone found out, the shame of it. If I don't get that head, the shame will be worse. Here, take this.
Damn, Pima's having a full-on, like, Gollum Smeagol moment over here. It's a dilemma.
I don't sleep at night, but at least the Baron has his head. Goodbye.
Pleasure doing business with you. Okay, payment in full. Now let's head to the contact. Sneak into this Imperial spaceport. Give Skavik what's coming to him. Yeah, this is sweet. I love the Thrantas. They're so cool. And I'm flying to a random waypoint right now that I'm hoping will put me in the ballpark of the Imperial spaceport, since obviously I can't fly directly there, you know? Let's see. Alright, this is it. Oh, shit. I think that droid was my contact. Clearly a shootout happened in here. Alright, let's sneak in the back way. Alright, look at this little hideout. Pretty secluded back here at the end of the tunnel. What? Oh, snap! Oh, good. Well, we got defense turrets at least. Ah! No, not me, dude. Go for... Ah! Thanks, Bodar. My hero. And there he is, Baron Vinar. My contact.
What's wrong? You're too good to speak basic?
Fair enough. Achu Pinky.
If I needed luck, I'd already be dead.
Your vacation on Nar Shaddaa, huh? What did you get up to? There's a reason he speaks Huttese so well.
Much appreciated.
Cool. Thanks, man. Let's do it. Alright, there it is. The Imperial Spaceport. I like that the Imperial Spaceport has this epic control tower that looks like a skyhook, you know? Like straight out of Shadows of the Empire. Here we go. Well, I don't know why I thought we'd just waltz in. Hey, no, I've got a pass. Jesus. Of course, the elevators are on the far side of the courtyard. Let's just fight our way over there. Not exactly what I'd call sneaking in, more like we blasted our way in, but we made it. That's gotta be Skavik's hangar right there. There's the ship. Where is he?
Where's Skavik? I'd like to chat.
Are you kidding me? He's off world.
You're not exactly a genius, are you?
Damn it, Skavik. Roofing this poor Nemoidian.
You're not going anywhere until you junk Skavik's starship for me. There's another shuttle soon.
There we go. That's more like it. Oh, and here comes a shuttle. Who's disembarking? Hey, you can't park there. Oh, jeez. It's a trap! Oh, jeez, there's more of them. Too bad we can't attack the shuttle itself. It's dropping them all down here. And now the pilot's down here, which means there's no one on the shuttle anymore.
Start running, and you might just make it.
Yamemgi, Benak Akalak.
Thank the stars. We're in desperate need, and you're the only one we can turn to.
Everything was fine when I left.
I'm afraid events have quickly turned against us in your absence.
What happened?
Duke Bayless was offended by your visit to our former home. He's demanding satisfaction. The Duke is sending his son, Zin Bayless, Alderaan's finest marksman, to challenge me to a pistol duel to the death.
Isn't House Organa protecting you?
The Organas think we deliberately sabotaged their peacemaking efforts by attacking House
Damn,
Bayless
you burned all your bridges on this one.
refusing to intervene.
My brother never mastered the art of the blaster. He can't possibly face Zin. Unless
Very eloquent way of saying he sucks.
He's as good as dead. Please, will you be our champion?
What's the upside for me?
We'll reward you well to fight on my brother's behalf. Please, come to House Organa at once. Zin will arrive any moment, and you must be here to meet him.
Alright. Then I guess it's time for showdown. Oh, Zin Bayless is already here.
Time. We were, about to start without you.
Wouldn't want that.
Pathetic. This vile-looking off-worlder was the best champion you could find.
I forgot how racist everyone is on Alderaan.
Silence your vile pet, or I'll have it sent to the zoo.
SWTOR's my friend. The only thing that belongs in a zoo here is you.
Yeah, you tell him.
Yes. I imagine someone like you has difficulty finding friends of your own species. You must be the vermin who invaded my family's home and stole our property. You've saved me the trouble of hunting down and executing you.
I do pride myself on convenience.
I pride myself on killing.
Yeah, well, you're not going to be happy with how this turns out, buddy. I thought he was supposed to be a pistol duelist. Why is he fighting with a training sword? Yay, we did it.
You saved my brother's life.
Not only that, you did it with style. Where did you learn to fight like that?
Little here, little there. Mostly I make things up as I go.
So you're classically trained?
There are no words
Sure.
to express our gratitude.
Whatever.
This reward will have to suffice.
You could kiss my wounds and make them better.
Oh my god.
I would happily oblige if our circumstances permitted. My brother and I must flee House Organa. It's only a matter of time before House Bayless makes another move against us.
Why don't you come with me? It's probably safer.
For us, but not for you. I'm sorry, but it's better if we go. Captain, we will always remember you as our champion. Farewell.
Farewell.
Much appreciated. Safe travels.
And just like that, I think our Alderaan adventure is coming to an end. Alright, back to the ship. And the adventure continues. We've made our deliveries here on Alderaan. Managed to bungle Skavik one more time, but he still eludes us. And we're one step closer to Noctrayan's fortune.
I've never been so happy to see a starship part in all my life, but I'm even happier to see you in one piece.
That was the craziest run I've ever made.
Then you haven't made the Varsunian run of Palking 14. I have to hand it to
tell.
you, Captain. You not only took care of business, but you made Skavik look like a fool.
I also developed a profound hatred of nobles.
See what I mean about these people? I'm glad we're done here. It's funny. I can't help thinking Noctrayan would have hated this world as much as I do. Legend is, Nock was descended from royal blood. They say that's how he got to be king of the galactic underworld before he died.
Blood doesn't determine someone's fate.
Tell that to the scum Noctrayan wiped out on his way to the top. It won't take long to wire the Arcanian hyperdrive to the ship's engines, and the anti-radiation shield will be a snap to build.
Is there some reason I need anti-radiation shielding?
You could never have too much protection. Didn't they teach you that in freighter captain school? I'll have those upgrades online in...
No, I took
Wait,
classes online,
hang on.
actually.
Oh, this ought to be good. Hello, Skavik. How's
Nice.
tricks?
Just fantasizing about killing you and your friends, sweetheart. Want to hear the details?
Did you like those special modifications I made to your ship?
You mean Senator Talta from Alzok 3 Starship? I'll make sure your name comes up when he files his insurance claim.
Haven't you learned yet, Skavik? Cheaters never win. We're leaving Alderaan with all the prizes, and you're, well, stuck being you.
Sucks to
Have
suck.
fun while it lasts, kids. The end of the ride is coming soon.
Yeah, facepalm indeed.
He's just mad because we're leaving Alderaan first. Let's hit the hyperlanes.
And just like that, another leg of the journey is complete. We've got another planet to track down for another clue on Nocdrayan's treasure hunt. That'll be Tatooine, and we're going to be doing it next week. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you're enjoying my playthrough of the SWTOR Smuggler class story. These playthroughs go live on the channel once per week, but if you don't want to wait that long, you can join up on the Patreon and watch up to 2 weeks ahead with early access. Thank you so much, and as always, may the Force be with you.
Safe travels.